Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today, our topic is the movie Heat. Well, not exactly the full movie, but one specific scene. There's one specific scene in that movie that is above all others. While I'm saying this, I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Yes, it is the restaurant scene. Now, before you go any further, if you haven't seen the movie, spoiler alert. Other than that, it's been 25 years since the movie came out, so I'm gonna tell you the ending. Let's get started. So, Deniro and Pacino, Vincent and Neil. Two opposite sides trying to achieve the same thing. Vincent is not pleased with what he's doing. I don't mean his job, I mean his life, where it's headed. He has a failing marriage, a fucked up stepdaughter, and nightmares that will haunt him forever, all because he cannot quit. Same thing with Neil. His life is empty. He is slowly losing his girl, and he has killed more people than he could count, all because he can't stop. Both of these people are destroying their own lives slowly but surely, and we don't seem to see an ending path yet. Let's go back to before the scene starts, when Vincent is following Neil.
So far or right? 300 yards, center lane.
Already you can feel the electricity and excitement from the music, and you know something big is coming. You know, when Vincent stops Neil, he asks him to go sit down and talk. He's trying not to be aggressive. He wanted to show him that he is just as smart as Neil is, because you can see it a little bit. Vincent is intimidated. This is not one of the regular type, pun intended here, criminals he's used to.
You see me doing thrill-seeker liquor store hold-ups with a born-to-lose tattoo on my chest?
No, I do not.
Right. I am never going back.
Right there. Listen to this.
I am never going back.
I am never going back. Neil just admitted that he would die before he will let anyone take him back to prison. In a sense, the ending of the movie will always bring us back to this moment. Why? Because you think to yourself, that is the moment when Neil lost. Because immediately the next line after that is this.
I take scores. You do what you do best, trying to stop guys like me.
Neil is saying that he will never stop, which means that his ultimate demise will be his own fault. Revenge. That is how Neil loses. Because right when he was leaving with Edie, his girlfriend, he couldn't help it. Waingro betrayed him. Waingro made his crew look like the ones he himself mentioned to Vincent. And he couldn't stop himself from going back to finish him. And that itself, in the end, destroyed him. You know, I did say before that Vincent was intimidated a little with Neil, but he was still engaging. If you look at the scene again, you notice all the questions are coming from Vincent, which is normal, you know, since he's the cop. He's the one that asked Neil to talk, and he's the one going after Neil, not the other way around. But still, you can't help notice that Neil is also intimidated. With all the professionalism he has, all the highly planned with every detail shit, he still cannot directly look Vincent in the eyes. Always shifting and looking up. These two guys, they're really cut from the same cloth. They both have the same problems, and that's why their conversation was actually pretty friendly. They're basically the same character. Even here, Vincent is admitting that he doesn't want to put Neil away.
What you do, I do what I gotta do. And now that we've been face to face, if I'm there and I gotta put you away, I won't like it.
Maybe it's because of a little bit of respect that he actually has for him, because he isn't the usual criminal Vincent goes after. And still, each of them start talking to each other about their personal lives. You know, in a sense like neither of them really could talk to anyone else. And so, sitting there, two strangers, each of them knowing that soon enough one of them is gonna lose. They have no problem opening up. They also tell each other that they're not stopping.
I don't know how to do anything else.
Neither do I.
I don't much want to either.
Neither do I.
That they're gonna keep going and going, which in turn also gives them a nice, friendly smile at each other. They're getting a little chummy. And that's when they get to the point of actually sharing nightmares. They start sharing to each other their own nightmares. Now, it's time for the big one.
If it's between you and some poor bastard whose wife you're gonna turn into a widow, brother, you are going down.
This is where Vincent finally establishes dominance. It's true that Neil gives a comeback, but you can see it. It's definitely weaker. You know it is a game of cat and mouse, but it is at that point you really can't figure out that Vincent is going to win. He has to win. He was hands down one of the greatest movies of the 90s, that also didn't win any Oscars. A movie with a clear premise, great dialogue, amazing acting, and one of the greatest scenes in cinema history. It's sad to know that some of the best movies out there don't have any Oscars, even though they deserve it, because just there's too much action, and I don't know what. Movies like Heat, Fight Club, Seven, American Psycho, and many more. But Michael Mann definitely did a really fine job making